morning, 7th standard. Today, our topic is on volume of regular solids. So, regular means it will have definite shape and size. So, by nature, it is going to have all this. So, just by using the formula, I have to find them. So, first consider your cube. A cube is a one which has the fixed sides, so all the sides will be of same length. Okay, your side which is in x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, I have given an illustration. So x, y, z all will be of same length. So therefore the formula for cube will be a into a into a, that is your a cube. Now if the cube, I'm going to vary my length, breadth and height, that is I'm going to vary the centimeter or the meters in x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So they're not going to be of same value. So in that case you call them to be as your cuboid. So instead of using a into a into a, here we will be using L into B into H. So L stands for length, B stands for breadth, H stands for height. So next one is a sphere with radius r. So a sphere is something like your cricket ball. It's not just like a ring, but it is your cricket ball. So consider a cricket ball. It has a radius r. Now it is going to occupy some space. Okay, your cricket ball will have some space inside it. So because of which we will use the formula 4 by 3 pi r cube. Next one is your cylinder. So cylinder means you can think about your LPG cylinder or your perfume bottle, even your pen. Okay, the lower portion of your pen is a kind of your cylinder. So in that case it has a radius r and it also has a height h. Therefore we use a formula pi r square h. Is it clear to you all? So these are the formulas which we'll be studying for your regular solids. So most of the regular solids has all the formula derived within them. So we will see a numerical based on this, that is given the length, breadth, height of a box. So we have different values, which means it is a cuboid. Our formula, yes, our first formula is length into breadth into height. Therefore 40 into 12 into 8 is 3840 centimeter cube. Why? It is centimeter into centimeter. Okay, listen, centimeter into centimeter into centimeter. So how many times I'm repeating this? 3 times. Therefore it is 3 centimeter cube. Now they have asked us to express in SI unit. We all know, you have studied in your 6th standard, the SI unit of your length is meter. Okay, remember the SI unit of length is nothing but meters. So here everything is expressed in centimeters. Here everything is expressed in centimeters. Therefore, I have to convert them into meter. So in your previous video, we saw a relation that is 1 meter cube is equal to 10 power 6 centimeter cube. We saw this relation in our previous class. So now I want to convert centimeter cube into meter cube. Therefore, this multiplication, if it comes this side, it will become division. Or simply you remember, if you want to convert a smaller quantity into bigger, if you want to convert a smaller quantity into bigger quantity, you have to divide it. From a bigger to smaller, you have to multiply it. So now I am going to convert a smaller quantity into a bigger. Therefore, I have to divide them. So dividing by 10 power 6. 0 and 0 will get cancelled. Therefore, you will have 384 divided by 10 power 5. So, how many zeros are there? 5 zeros. So, therefore, write 384. Start counting from the back side. 1, 2, 3. So, there is no fourth number here. So, I will put 0. There is no fifth number here. I will put one more 0 and I will keep a point. So, this is how you will obtain the answer. So, finally, it is given in which number? Yeah, it is given in your meter cube. So next one is volume of irregular solids. So volume of irregular solids. So how do I find the volume of irregular solids? Regular means I know the shape and the size, but irregular, they don't have the prescribed edges, length, all those. So in that case, I will use a method which is called as displacement of a liquid. Okay, it is called as your displacement of your liquid. So displacement means it is moving from one position to another position. So liquid means I'm going to use a liquid. So let us see how does it works. So it's given in an activity. Now listen, first you take a thread and tie your irregular solid in a thread firmly. You have to tie it firmly. So next one, you have to take a measuring jar or a measuring cylinder. So this also we saw in your previous video, measuring cylinder. Okay, it's a measuring cylinder. Why it is a measuring cylinder? Because it has some graduations. Can you see? 10, 20, 30, 40. We had some graduations in this. So it is called as is your measuring cylinder. So fill with liquid of certain height. Okay, I'm just going to fill it with what is the level given here? It is 60. Now you slowly try to immerse your solid into it. That is your irregular solid. You slowly try to immerse into it and make sure the solid goes into it full. Okay, it is fully immersed, not partially immersed. It should be fully immersed. So once it is fully immersed into the liquid, you will find the liquid starts to raise in its level. Okay, so it's a simple, you'd have studied in your stories also, a crow used to put the pebbles into a jar of water to fetch a liquid. The same application. So what happens, you try to immerse your uh, irregular solid completely into it, you will find there is a rise in its liquid level. Can you see the liquid has rise to which level now? 90 ml. So now if I find the difference between this both, it will be equivalent to my volume of my irregular solid. So the liquid displaced will be equal to the volume of the irregular solid. So now what is my first measurement? 60. What is my second? It is given as 80. Okay, it is given as 80. So now I have to find the difference. So the difference between R2 minus R1. Why I am taking R2? Because R2 is your bigger value. Therefore, it should be R2 minus R1. So R1 is 60 ml. R2 is 80 ml. Now find the difference. It is 20 ml. Okay, and we also have one formula where 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter cube. Therefore it is 20 centimeter cube. The volume of the solid which is immersed into this liquid is nothing but 20 centimeter cube. It is a simple concept, that is whenever you immerse an object into a liquid, an equal amount of volume will be coming out. This you can just play in your home also. You just take a trough completely filled with water. It should be filled with water. Now you try to slowly immerse an object into it. You will find, make sure the object is completely solid, not hollow. So you try to immerse the object completely into the liquid. You will find some amount of volume, water will be coming out of it. So This is the principle which works behind it. Okay, so the condition, one more condition is this object, that is the irregular solid, should not dissolve in water. If it dissolves, you cannot find the entire or the exact volume of it, so it should not dissolve in water. So in case if it is going to dissolve in water, then we have to take a liquid in which that solid does not dissolve. Okay, you have to take a liquid in which the solid does not dissolve. So for that they have given an example. As for a solid which dissolve in water, such as a lump of copper sulfate, use kerosene instead of water. So what it does, it means copper sulfate will dissolve in water. Copper sulfate will not dissolve in kerosene. So in that case, I have to take kerosene instead of water for measuring my copper sulfate, the volume of a copper sulfate. So next one, if my irregular object is too large, it cannot be immersed into my measuring cylinder. In that case, I have to take a overflowing jar, or they are also called as your eureka can. Okay, eureka can. Your overflowing jar can also be termed as your eureka can. So it will have a small outlet. Okay, it will have a small outlet. So hopefully something like this, you can find this. Okay, if you type in your net, you will find these kinds of jars available. So it's also called as your eureka can. So it's a metal or a glass jar with an overflowing outlet. You will have an outlet like this. Now what happened, you try to insert the solid. Let me take a stone. I'm going to insert into it. I have to insert it completely. So till this I'll fill my water level. So once I start to insert it completely, now what will happen, the water will rise and it will flow from the outlet. So after it is placed, you measure it and you can calculate the volume of it. Is it clear to you all? Yeah. So one more example is given. The example is the level of water in measuring cylinder is 35 ml. So after immersing an irregular solid, the level of water become 47.3 ml. Now what should I do? I have to subtract them. Yes or no? To find the volume of a solid in a centimeter cube, I just have to subtract them. So subtract it. So 47.3 minus 35, the answer is 12.3 ml. So 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter cube. Okay, listen, you have this formula. It's given in your previous pages. 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter cube. Therefore, 12.3 ml is nothing but 12.3 centimeter cube. I want you people to solve this. Okay, so just solve this and keep it ready. We will discuss about this in our next class.